Hey guys, welcome back to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2! The Sith Lords. Last time, we escaped from Paragus, and we found out that there's a bounty on Jedi, which we are a former one of those, a former Jedi, and now we are on a course to get to Telos. We're not sure why we were heading there to begin with. Apparently the Republic was sending us there without us knowing, and we got attacked. We got almost taken by an HK-50 droid, a bounty hunter droid. We're not sure why there's a bounty on the Jedi. The exchange has the bounty out. But now, let's figure out what we're doing. Let's look at our journal here. So we have a bonus mission to rebuild HK-47. We installed a vocabulator that we got from the other droid, the other HK droid. And now we just need a droid processor, a droid chassis, and a control cluster. That was hard to say. And we should probably talk to Kreia as well. So let's go do that. Kreia was this way, I believe. Hello, Kreia. Also, I did mention, I think at the beginning of, or one of the other videos, that there was no feat to get implants. Apparently, that's not how you get implants in this game. You have to have like a certain level of constitution to be able to use certain implants, which is kind of weird that they changed it. I did find a mod to put the feat back in the game, and I tried to install it. However, it didn't work. It kind of broke my other feat mods that I have installed, so I just decided to carry on without it. So that's all right. Hello, Kreia.
Have you come for more answers? There is little more left to give.
When you lost your hand, I felt it too. Yeah, we felt she lost her hand from a lightsaber, and we felt the pain as well.
That does not surprise me, any more than you hearing my thoughts when we were apart. The pain, however, was unexpected. If I could, I would have shielded you from it.
Huh. If I felt the loss of your hand, what would have happened if you had died?
I do not know. I fear that the consequences would have been more extreme.
Like what, death?
Possibly, yes, and I fear it works both ways. I would not wish to test it, nor should you.
Probably not a good, or yeah, probably a good idea to not test it. Let's see. But I charge you can die at any moment. That's rude. Then we'll work together and try to be careful until we can fix this.
When battle is upon us, I suspect our minds are prepared enough to shield each other from the pain. I think we shall not have a repeat incident of what happened at Paragus.
You never know. Does our connection have any advantages? Actually, you know what? No. I've never heard of a link like this before in holocrons or in the Jedi histories.
I confess its nature eludes me as well, but the bond is strong, and its roots run deep. It seems the Force flows easily between us. When one of us manipulates the Force to heal or strengthen ourselves, the other is aided as well.
You and Kreia possess a Force chain special ability. When either of you uses a Force power on yourself, the other gains the benefit. That's pretty cool.
A powerful technique.
So she can just buff herself, and we'll be buffed.
Noticed, it has its drawbacks.
I need to know more about the Sith hunting us. Wait, no. When we were on Paragus, I could feel the Force again.
Indeed. And was it the same as before?
No, it felt different. Faint.
If my suspicions are correct, perhaps the damage the Jedi Council did was not as permanent as they thought. It is not an easy thing to cut one off from the Force.
Wait, they did this to me? I don't believe the Jedi would do such a thing.
What did you believe? That you suddenly lost your connection with the Force without reason?
But to cut one off from the Force, it's like losing all of your senses at once.
Indeed it is.
That would be crazy.
It's much like losing one's ability to listen, or being put into a deep sleep, unable to awaken to the galaxy around you. Such a thing has been done before, when Jedi have pronounced sentence on their own, and exiled them as they did you.
I don't think they would do this. It seems too cruel.
If not the Jedi, then what did you think was the cause of such a loss?
A lot of options here. In defying the order to follow Revan to war, I thought I somehow lost my connection to the Force.
War leaves many scars, but rarely does it blind one to the Force. If anything, conflict and challenge may make the connection stronger, more intense. No matter what horrors you experienced in the war, no matter who you served, it is unlikely that the Force would be lost to you unless another factor was involved.
Can my connection be healed?
It is possible that such a thing can be undone. Still, even so, the chances of the Jedi undoing such a thing for a traitor is a slim thing at best, assuming they yet live.
But you said it's possible. How?
Our link may have had other consequences. Perhaps you can hear the Force again, distantly, through me.
Maybe.
If so, then there is hope. I may be able to teach you, train you to feel the Force again. And if you will not allow me to help you, then other Jedi must train you, or undo the damage they have done.
But there are no more Jedi.
Then I am your only hope, as you are mine. We are a sad pair, you and I, to defend the galaxy against such a thing. I offer to train you to become strong again, to know the ways of the Force, and to hear the Force sing within you as it once did.
I would welcome whatever aid you can offer.
Then our training shall begin. Whenever I travel with you, I shall impart what I can to you through my words and presence.
Okay, I got some other questions.
Ask, and I will answer.
Need to know more about the Sith hunting us.
These Sith, they seek the death of all Jedi, as have all the Sith, since the Jedi Order was first split.
Yeah. Technically it was the Jedi, but okay. They split off into the Sith Lords and the Jedi Order. Kinda. Sith Lords was a little different, but okay. There was another Jedi Civil War?
Yes. The Jedi Civil War is not the first one of its kind. Thousands of years ago, the Jedi had another civil war that split the Order. It was a terrible thing. A faction among the Jedi abandoned the teachings of the Order, following their own path. They waged war on their fellow Jedi, a war that raged across the galaxy. But these fallen Jedi were cast out, defeated, and they retreated to worlds in the Outer Rim. Over time, they took on the mantle of the Lords of the Sith. But in their hearts, they never forgot the Jedi. The hatred for the Jedi Order burns in their veins like fire and echoes in their teachings. Revan tasted it, as Malak did.
But these Sith seem different.
In a manner of speaking, they are different from Malak in that they are concerned only with the destruction of the Jedi.
Yeah,
For
Malak
them,
just wanted to
it
rule
is
the
all
galaxy.
that matters, all that ever mattered. It is a different war these Sith wage, a thing of silence and shadow. They strike from the darkness, hiding from the face of the galaxy until all Jedi are exterminated. After all the Jedi are gone, then the galaxy is theirs, no matter whether the Sith or the Republic rules. It is the dark side that
I guess that makes sense.
unchecked.
Why go after the Republic? They have a huge army. Just kill the Jedi. They defend the Republic anyways. Never seen Sith assassins like those in the Harbinger.
I believe them to be the result of special teachings. Their apparent weakness against you is evidence of this. Those Sith assassins can sense their prey through the Force. It is like a hunger. They feed and grow stronger when they are near Force sensitives. The stronger their prey is in the Force, the deadlier.
Which is why they weren't very strong?
As long as you were cut off from it, you were able to evade their sight. But after Paragus, I fear that you will be no longer shielded from their eyes, or the eyes of their masters. The stronger you grow, the more will come.
Let them come. I have more questions.
Ask, and I will answer.
Tell me what has happened since the Mandalorian Wars. You kind of already know.
In the galaxy in your absence, and since the defeat of the Mandalorians at Malachor 5.
Tell me about the wars.
It is a tale you already know well. Almost a decade ago, the Mandalorians began preying on the Republic, bringing the fires of war to many planets along the Outer Rim. Their predations continued, winning victory after victory, until the Republic finally begged the Jedi Council for aid.
But the Council didn't help, only a few of the Knights did. We were one of them.
Indeed. The Jedi Council counseled caution and patience to assess the Mandalorian threat as the Outer Rim burned.
And Revan and Malak refused to wait. And we followed Revan.
2 Jedi Knights, Revan and Malak, defied the Jedi Council. They challenged the Mandalorian fierceness and brutality on the battlefield with a viciousness of their own. Revan's entrance into the conflict marked the true beginning and end of the war. It was Revan who drove the Mandalorians back into the unknown regions.
And we destroyed them at Malachor 5.
Yes, I have heard tales of Malachor 5 and Revan's part in it. I know you served there in that final battle. It must have been a terrible thing.
Many Jedi died at Malachor 5 and the conflict split the Order.
You speak the truth. The war's end was merely another beginning, and what seemed a victory for the Republic was far from it. Many believed the Mandalorians defeated at Malachor 5, but the Mandalorians taught the Jedi much through battle, and so it was that Malak, Revan, and the Jedi that followed them discovered their true natures in the Mandalorian Crusade. But you know this.
I felt them fall. The war had consumed them. Come to find out later, though, it wasn't the war.
Consumed them? No. Taught them. Defined them? Yes. As Revan and Malak fought the Mandalorians in battle after battle, they grew to despise weakness, just as the Mandalorians did. In the end, the Mandalorians had taught them through conflict, shaped the Jedi, and turned them into a weapon against the Republic.
And that was the Jedi Civil War.
Revan and Malak, and all the Jedi that served them, turned against the Republic and the Jedi Order. Jedi fought Jedi. Revan was ambushed by the Jedi and captured. Malak continued to wage war in his master's place, inflicting terrible wounds on the Republic. Wounds that bleed still.
How were Malak and the Sith defeated?
As all Sith do, without a strong enemy, the Sith turned on each other. Revan escaped the Jedi and returned to finish Malak, and that was the end of the Jedi Civil War.
Well, what happened to Revan?
After defeating Malak, Revan left the Republic, and there are none who know where he has gone. It is said that the Sith remnants turned on themselves after Revan defeated Malak, reducing Korriban to ruin as the Republic still bleeds and struggles for life. Where Revan wanders now, I do not know.
So Revan saved the Republic.
It would seem that way from a certain point of view, perhaps. The Jedi
A certain point of view?
left wounds that have yet to heal. We shall see if the Republic has the strength to survive.
Then we must do what we can until it has a chance to recover from the war.
A culture's teachings, and most importantly the nature of its people, achieve definition in conflict. They find themselves or find themselves lacking. Too long did the Republic remain unchallenged. It is a stagnant beast that labors for breath and has for centuries. The Jedi Order was the heart that sustained its sickness. Now the Jedi are lost. We shall see how long the Republic can survive.
Get anything done to help them?
We shall see. The Jedi Civil War cost the Republic much. The resources of the Sith seemed limitless. The Republic's was not. Fleets of warships, soldiers, and people were lost. Entire planets were decimated. Their
Like
inhabitants
terrorists.
dead or refugees. It is a great burden for any civilization to bear. And this new threat, it is a quiet thing. Unlike the Jedi Civil War, it drives at something deeper than the strength of the Republic. It is aimed at you.
What do you mean?
The Republic was never what was important, ever. It was but a shell that surrounds the Jedi, just as the teachings of the Jedi are a shell surrounding the heart of man. You see, the war, the true war, has never been one waged by droids or warships or soldiers. They are but crude matter, obstacles against which we test ourselves. The true war is waged in the hearts of all living things, against our own natures, light or dark. That is what shapes and binds this galaxy, not these creations of man. You are the battleground, and if you fall, the death of the Republic will be such a quiet thing, a whisper, that shall herald the darkness to come.
So, if we fall to the dark side, or if we die? I think she means if we die. There are other questions I would want to ask.
And I will answer.
So we did that one, we talked about that one. What do we do now?
I do not know. The Sith struck more swiftly than I thought, and they will not stop until they have you in their grasp. If you fall, all the galaxy will echo it.
Is there any place we can retreat to?
It does not matter where we go. It is not the destination that matters. It is the journey. All paths will take us to the end, whatever it may be, and no matter how strongly we fight against it. For now, we are bound for Telos, and that is enough.
Yeah. Enough for what?
Before the war, Jedi who failed their training were sent to the fields of Telos to serve the galaxy, not as Jedi Knights, but as farmers and laborers.
The Labor Corps.
The destruction of Telos was complete. I doubt any Jedi remain. Yet there may be echoes of their passing. We shall see.
And if we find no trace of Jedi teachings on Telos to help us?
Then I am left with nothing more than we had already. My faith in you and your ability to meet what comes.
Alright. That's a lot to take in at once. I need some time to reflect.
I would see to that fool in the cockpit and remind him of our destination. I would not want him attempting to veer from Telos.
He's not a fool. He does feel kind of odd, though.
He is a fool and an imbecile. His potential lies downwards, not up. Watch that one. His thoughts are slippery. I do not trust him, and nor should you. Such a man serves himself first, and his allies next.
Okay. A lot of information there. Stuff we kind of already knew, though, but our character Mitra didn't. It's because you get a refresher. Let's see about Atten.
How's our passenger? She's still aging?
Cryptic as always.
What a surprise. Just so you Jedi know, the whole cryptic routine isn't mysterious, it's just irritating. If you really can see the future, you should be at the Pazak table.
But to know the future, one must know yourself. You know what? No. I don't think Kreia is a Jedi.
Then she must be royalty, because she's got to be queen of the galaxy to bark out orders like that. Or maybe she's senile.
I mean, how old do you think she is? She may have been good-looking once, but it takes some hard living to make creases like that.
Good looking? Are you that desperate?
Hey, I just got out of prison. If we had a decent navicomputer, trust me, we'd be dropping out of hyperspace into the Nar Shaddaa Red Sector right now. After spacing that old witch, of course.
We're still on course for Telos?
Like we have a choice? It's the only place Baragas had logged in their astrogation charts. Well, if you thought Veragus was dead, then Telos is a dying world they're trying to breathe back to life.
Should be there before too long. You can check our course on the galaxy map if you want. It's on the wall behind you.
Alright. Want to ask some questions.
Oh, no. Look, I respect your privacy. I mean, when have I ever asked you any questions? I mean, besides that one.
You know anything about that assassin droid?
No, not much. Except sounds like it was after you. As far as I'm concerned, you handled that pretty well. No more droid, no more problem.
What would make droids go crazy like that?
Yeah, well, you got me there. Look, droids, I don't trust them.
Yeah, we learned
When
that.
we fought, some of them are built like that. Others just, well, break. In the head. Sometimes conflicting orders cause it. Give a droid too much data or tell it to do something it can't do, it'll crack their behavior module in half. Others just don't get memory wipes and they start going crazy. Speaking of which, I think that little trash compactor's long overdue. Trust me, droids were made to break. And most of all, they're predictable and stupid.
What did you mean about the galaxy map not being much use?
Well, the astrogation system is voice printed and locked down, but that T3 unit is doubling as the astrogation system. You can try to plot a course, but without that T3 unit to perform the calculations, you'd probably plow us into a star. As long as he doesn't steal the ship, we should be alright.
Who voice printed the system?
I have no idea. Previous owner, maybe? Love
Revan?
to get it overhauled, but that's a major job. Besides, the droid will be good enough for now.
Why would somebody lock the system?
Takes all kinds. Maybe someone didn't want anybody taking the ship out of the system, or knowing where the ship had been. Smugglers do it all the time in case the Republic decides to board them. Or so I hear.
Sounds like something Revan would do. Alright then, just stick to the piloting.
So, what happened?
What do you mean?
Don't give me that. There were plenty of times back on Paragus where a lightsaber would have been helpful. So where's yours?
I mean, I have one now, but we're not allowed to keep our lightsabers. But I did make a new one.
Oh yeah? I thought a Jedi was supposed to be married to their lightsaber. Guess I heard wrong. Were you a single hilt or one of those double-bladed Jedi?
It was a single hilt.
Huh. Figures. It wasn't red, was it?
Nope, the blade and the crystal were unique.
Yeah? Unique how?
Violet, orange, Viridian? Is that the blue? Like the light blue? I don't know what Viridian is. I know that I thought it was like cyan or something. I think I said turquoise on a earlier video. Cyan is what Mitra had. No, Viridian's like a silvery green. Where? Huh. I guess we didn't have... I've forgotten the color. Whatever.
I thought a Jedi and their
We
blade
didn't-
couldn't be parted. To lose it was like losing a part
Didn't
of
have the
yourself.
option for cyan. It was a long time ago. I don't remember.
Alright, forget I said anything. Like I said before, you can check our course on the galaxy map if you want. It's on the wall behind you.
That's fine. I was hoping we could make it cyan. Like Mitra's real lightsaber. Let's talk to T3 before we do anything. Wait, where'd he go? Well, we really couldn't talk to him before. There he is. He's wandering all over the ship. Couldn't talk to him in the last game very much. What's wrong with the astrogation system? Oh, we need influence. Okay. I know it's damaged. Can you try to work on it? I know you can do the calculations, but we might get separated. No, I'm not planning on leaving you behind, but it might happen on accident. Alright. Got other questions. Looks like you suffered a lot of damage. How much damage? So you lost a lot of programs in your behavior core, in addition to the damage of your frame. I'm sure you'll get it back. Glad to have you along. Might be able to upgrade your memory core. Hey, nice. Alright, let's have a look. Is this like a thing like we did with HK before? How do you feel? +1 intelligence, nice. What do you mean I faded out there for a second? You were shut down. Alright, other questions? Can we try it again? Okay. Yeah. Another +1 intelligence? Blank look, what? Me? I was working on you this whole time. What's happening? Alright, we can't do it again. Could you please stop moving around the ship? It's hard to find you. It's pretty funny that they addressed that. You look like you're in need of some routine maintenance. Okay, just sit still. Sit still, it won't take long. We don't have a high repair skill. Yeah. Whoop, I must have left the hydro spanner in there. Alright, alright, alright. I'll try again later. That's pretty funny. Alright, I guess we're ready to go to Telos. Citadel Station. Alright.